If you're over 60, think pistachios are just a harmless snack. Think again. You're probably making deadly combos right now that could spike your blood pressure, trigger gout attacks, or even accelerate liver damage. These shocking mistakes are draining away the health benefits and putting your body at risk. Stay tuned to uncover them before it's too late. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into smart eating habits for seniors to help you thrive, not just survive. If you're over 60 and love those crunchy pistachios, you're in the right place. Today, we'll walk through the top 5 dangerous mistakes when pairing them with other foods, backed by real science, and show you simple fixes to enjoy them the way they were meant to be, safely and deliciously. If this sounds like the wake-up call you need, tap that like button right now and subscribe to join our community of savvy seniors avoiding common pitfalls. Mistake number 1. Pairing pistachios with red wine. Oh man, this sounds like a classy evening snack, right? But if you're tossing back a glass of red while munching on those nuts, you're setting up a perfect storm for your liver, especially as we age. Here's the why. Pistachios can sometimes carry traces of aflatoxin B1, a nasty toxin from poor quality nuts, and when it teams up with the ethanol in wine, it creates a synergistic hit that amps up liver damage. For folks over 60 with naturally weaker livers, this combo can spike your liver enzymes like ALT and AST by up to 3 times, speeding up issues like cirrhosis or even liver cancer. A study in toxicology, Letters back in 2021 nailed this down. They looked at synergistic hepatotoxicity of aflatoxin B1 and ethanol, and found a whopping 300% increase in liver cell damage in older mouse models, which mirrors what happens in aging humans. Scary stuff, huh? The solution is simple. Keep them separate. Enjoy your pistachios as a standalone afternoon treat, and save the wine for later in the evening, ideally with a lighter meal. Opt for high-quality fresh pistachios from reputable sources to minimize aflatoxin risks altogether. This way you get the heart-healthy fats from the nuts without the liver overload. Moving on to mistake number 2, mixing salted roasted pistachios with hard cheeses like cheddar or parmesan. This might be your go-to charcuterie board addition, but it's a sneaky sodium bomb waiting to explode on your blood pressure. The why boils down to the massive salt load, over 520 ml of sodium in just 60 grams of this combo, which can jack up your systolic blood pressure by 8 to 12 mmHg within 2 hours. For the 70% of seniors with a history of hypertension, this isn't just uncomfortable, it aggravates heart failure or ramps up stroke risk big time. Research from Hypertension in 2020 drove this home in their study on acute effects. They've sodium on blood pressure, showing that sudden sodium hits from processed foods like these spike BP by about 10 mmHg in people 65 and older. It's like pouring fuel on a fire you didn't even know was burning. Here's the trick to fix it. Go for unsalted pistachios and pair them with softer, lower sodium cheeses if you must, or better yet, skip the cheese and add some fresh veggies for crunch. Limit portions to under 30 grams of nuts per sitting, and always check labels for hidden salts. You'll keep that blood pressure steady and still savor the flavors without the regret. Now, mistake number 3, combining pistachios with cashews and dark chocolate. This trail mix vibe seems innocent, but it's a purine powerhouse that could trigger a gout flare-up from hell, especially for men over 60 with a history of the condition. The why is all about those purines, over 100 microlars in the mix, which your body turns into uric acid, leading to intense joint pain and long-term kidney damage. It's not just annoying, it hits hard and fast in aging bodies. A key study in Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases from 2014, titled Purine-Rich Foods Intake and Recurrent Gout Attacks, found that purines from mixed nuts like this bump up the relative risk of gout by 1.8 times in men 60 and up. That's a stat you don't want to ignore if you've ever woken up with a throbbing big toe. The big secret to dodging this? Break up the combo. Eat pistachios solo or with low purine fruits like berries. If chocolate's calling, choose milk varieties with less purine punch and keep total nut intake under 40 grams daily. Moderation here turns a potential nightmare into a nutrient win, loading you up on antioxidants without the agony. Mistake number 4. Blending pistachios with pumpkin seeds and raisins. This dried fruit and seed medley might look like a healthy energy boost, but it's a FODMAP fiasco for your gut, causing bloating and diarrhea that hits seniors hard. The why centers on those fermentable carbs, over 6 grams of FODMAPs that ferment in your intestines, leading to gas, cramps, and extended runs to the bathroom. About 40% of folks over 60 with IBS symptoms get slammed by this, risking dehydration and electrolyte imbalances that mess with everything from energy to heart rhythm. The Journal of Gastroenterology in 2021 backed this up in their piece on FODMAPs and gastrointestinal symptoms in older adults, noting bloating in 38% of people 65 plus when combining nuts and dried fruits. It's like inviting chaos to your digestive party. Solution time. Swap out the raisins for low FODMAP options like fresh grapes or skip the seeds altogether. Stick to plain pistachios in small handfuls, maybe with a bit of yogurt for gut-friendly probiotics. Finally, mistake number 5. Loading up on pistachios, almonds, and walnuts in one meal, over 50 grams total. This nut overload feels like a superfood feast, but it's an oxalate overload that could crystallize into kidney stones faster than you think. The why? More than 200 megallons of oxalates in that mix lead to hyperoxaluria, doubling your stone risk by 2.3 times since kidney function drops about 30% after 65, making it harder to flush out. Stones aren't just painful. They can block ureters or trigger acute kidney failure. The American Journal of Kidney Diseases in 2019 hammered this in their study, Dietary Oxalate Intake and Risk of Incident Kidney Stones, revealing a 20% spike in urinary oxalate from nut mixes in folks 60 and older. Ouch, literally. Here's the practical fix. Space out your nuts across the day, aiming for no more than 30 grams per type per meal. Soak or roast them lightly to reduce oxalates, and pair with calcium-rich foods like dairy to bind them up before they cause trouble. You'll harness the brain-boosting benefits without the stony consequences. Before we wrap up, a few important caveats to keep things real. They aren't right for everyone, and moderation is key. If you've got pre-existing conditions like high blood pressure, gout, kidney issues, or liver problems, these mistakes hit even harder, so always check with your doctor before tweaking your diet. Pregnant women or those on certain meds should be extra cautious too. Remember, while pistachios are packed with goodness, overdoing any food can backfire, so listen to your body and consult pros when in doubt. There you have it, friends. Now you know how to unlock the full potential of pistachios and sidestep the traps that trip up most folks over 60. By avoiding these combos, you're not just eating smarter, you're protecting your liver, heart, gut, joints, and kidneys for years to come. Pistachios are an underrated superfood when handled right, and you've got the knowledge to make it happen. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe for more no-nonsense tips, and drop a comment below sharing your biggest pistachio surprise or a combo you love safely. We've got 2 more videos lined up on senior snacking hacks. Click one now to keep the wisdom flowing. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.